I'm going to be showing you Golden Ball. Golden Ball is a beautiful, gentle, nourishing Qigong exercise that uses the 8 movements of Qi. So we gather and disperse, we lift and descend, we expand and retract, we pour in and pour out. So those are the 8 movements that will be in a different order. What's nice about this one is that you don't need to have to think about too much what you're going to be nourishing. It regulates, so it'll clean out some stagnation and also nourish what needs to be nourished. And at first there's a few steps, but it's actually really quite simple. So this one is a really, really great exercise for anybody to do. It is more tonifying, so I would suggest it earlier in the day rather than just before going to bed, because you might be a little bit stimulated afterwards. So we're going to be starting standing. This exercise has a kind of a swinging back and forth motion. So we're going to be rolling onto the fronts of our feet and rolling onto the backs of our feet, but our toes are not actually coming off the floor. So it's really just a small back and forth motion. And we inhale as we come forward, we exhale as we go back. So this is going to be what we're going to be doing for every single step of this exercise. We're always going to be coming back to the rocking back and forth, inhaling, rocking forward, exhaling, rocking back. So the first motion is to gather energy. So we gather a ball of golden light, and then the ball is going to push our hands up to about collarbone height. Then it's going we're going to pull it open, kind of like taffy. So it's kind of, you want to stay with the texture of the Qi ball, which is going to be kind of resisting, and you're pulling it open, and then it comes back into its ball. We are going to be kind of bending forward and bringing our hands in, like we're receiving a pure liquid. It can be divine liquid, it can be just a pure light of liquid that pours into you, filling from your feet and all the way up. So you want to visualize it filling you up from the bottom up, and then exhaling that out. So you're going to be leaning forward on that one. So you're coming to the front, the balls of your feet on that one, it coming in, and exhaling, we push back and we go back onto the heels. And then from there, the hands, we descend the Qi and we disperse the Qi. So there's kind of 2 visualizations that are happening simultaneously. So there's this external movement that we just did. Gather the ball, lift it up, stretch it open, let it come back together, let pure light pour into your body, pour out anything that we don't need, anything that's toxic, turbid, whatever, all of that turbid Qi descending down towards the ground and dispersing into the earth. But at the same time, there's going to be an internal movement. So we gather up that ball of Qi, and we feel that kind of gathering in our lower dantian, this low pelvis area. And then when the ball is coming up, we feel that light rising up our Tai Chi pole, that center energy channel. When we stretch that taffy ball of Qi, we feel it's like when like tide is spreading out onto the bank of a shore or at the beach, all that water spreading out and it absorbing into the sand. So we're spreading out this big wave of Qi that is being absorbed into all of ourselves, and then whatever that we don't need, whatever's extra, will come back to the center Taiji pole at the same time as we're stretching and bringing back the ball. So that's inside of us. Then, like we said, this one is the pouring in, pouring out what we don't need. And then we're just out, we're just external. So this is letting down what we don't need, letting it go down to the earth and dispersing out. So all together, that looks like inhale, gather the ball. Exhale, rock back. The ball rises. Inhale, we stretch the ball. Leaning forward. Exhale, leaning back. We let it come back together. Inhale, leaning forward. Pure light pouring in, feet first, all the way up. Exhale, leaning back, letting out what we don't need, whatever's turbid, toxic. Inhale, bringing our arms down. All that turbid chi, letting it descend. Exhale, leaning back, that turbid chi dispersing into the earth. Inhale, gathering a fresh, brighter ball of chi. Exhale, that's coming up and rising up the Tai Chi pole. Inhale, spreading out that big tide of chi into all of our cells. Exhale, it coming back into the center Tai Chi pole. Inhale, fresh, pure light pouring into our body. Exhale, whatever's turbid, whatever we don't need, pouring out. Exhale, turbid down to the earth and disperse. Inhale, leaning forward. Exhale, leaning back. Inhale, stretching out. Exhale, leaning back. Inhale, pouring in. Exhale, pouring out. Inhale, descending. Exhale, dispersing. Inhale, brighter ball. Exhale, leaning back. Inhale, leaning forward. Exhale, bringing that back to the Tai Chi pole. Inhale, light pouring in. Exhale, pouring out what we don't need. Inhale, descending. Exhale, dispersing. So I ran it through there kind of on the faster side of things. You can do it really at whatever speed is comfortable and take the time to really visualize and to feel with your hands the energy moving. As you do it for longer and longer, the chi ball, the golden ball, is going to get brighter and brighter and bigger and bigger. When we're done with that, we're going to do 3 pulling down the heavens to store in the lower dantian, unless you're menstruating, in which case it would be in the middle dantian. So 3 pulling down the heavens, pulling down a column of light, and gathering all the extra energy that you cultivated during your practice that you don't need right now and bringing it into the lower dantian. Feeling that little ball of chi that's in your lower dantian, and again, gathering all the chi that you don't need. Spending time feeling in your hands, and the last time, bringing all that excess extra chi down into your lower dantian to store, feeling that ball of chi, and then allowing it to store in there. And you can close it however you like. I do kind of like a Ziploc. You can tie a knot. You can just close up, but close up your lower dantian to make sure that energy stays there. And like I said, if you're menstruating, you're gonna bring it into your chest instead, so that you don't bleed more. All right, enjoy Golden Ball.